Hi, my name is Alex and I'm with Cruises Computers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am starting a new series called The Problem with Blank. Now in today's episode we're going to be talking about Corsair, but in the next episodes we're going to be talking about Dell and Lenovo. Basically stuff that I feel confident talking about. This is not me, anecdotally referencing Google or reviews or whatever. This is stuff that I'm dealing with personally. Now, in today's episode we're going to be talking about Corsair. I started my business this year, and I'm filming a lot of these at the kind of the same time and just kind of preparing for future content. But so far, including me and my girlfriends, I have built 6 computers under this business. Now all 6 of those computers have Corsair RAM. I love the way they look. This was a choice I made before I was sponsored by Corsair, and with that being said, that's something that I want to maintain, whether I'm small or big, whatever. I want to maintain editorial independence from anyone, sponsors, whatever. So I'm very happy with Corsair that they sponsored that video. I think that build turned out great. But so far, out of 6 computers, I've had 3 RMA requests so far. Now with that all Corsair build that I did, it originally did not boot right away because of a RAM issue. I did my troubleshooting, and then I found out that it was a bad stick within 2 of my kits. So I took out those sticks, ordered an RMA, and I actually ordered some more off Amazon just so I can get that computer sold. My uncle actually really liked that computer, and he wanted it the second that he saw it. It was time for an upgrade. But finally, I got that RAM right here. So I thought I did my due diligence when I threw in that RAM I got off Amazon. It was the same serial number and whatnot. But I take it over to my uncle's, and we're testing it, and it keeps crashing. Now, at first, we're kind of confused because this computer, I reset all my computers before sale. This one I didn't reset. He was just over on a whim. He wanted to take it home. I didn't have a chance to reset Windows and yada, yada, yada. We bring it over there and we have problems. Now, the problems either direct us towards either a driver issue or RAM. So after getting all the driver issues fixed out, we realized that it was the RAM. Now, it wasn't a problem where it just wasn't booting like it has before. Most of my RMAs have been like very obvious problems. The 2 of them haven't booted, and one of them, just the RGB wasn't detected at all, so you can't, arrange the colors how you like it. So I had to take the computer back and troubleshoot, and I found out, obviously it was the RAM. So now I have these 4 sticks right here, and I got to figure out what the hell is going on with it. I'm going to have to RMA some of them, maybe both, and just go from there. Now, that is just a terrible track record out of 6 computers. Now, so we're at 3 so far. That's already happened. Now we're going to be doing 4 or 5 out of 6 computers. That is a huge problem, and it just sucks for me, one, as a small business owner, because you got to take time out of that. It takes a lot of time, and it's annoying. It's a headache. And 2, that just makes me look bad when I throw the RAM in there and then it just doesn't work. So I love Corsair with all my heart. I think they have been going in the right direction recently with a lot of their stuff. They're kind of mid to high end range, which is amazing for the company. But why the hell is your guys' RAM just not good? Why am I having this many RMA requests? I'd understand if out of 6 computers there was 1 RMA. That's reasonable. Well, maybe not reasonable if it was long term, but flukes happen. But the fact that most of my RAM at this point has been needed to get RMA'd, that's a huge issue. Where's the quality control? Where's just the control in general? It seems like this is just going crazy right now. So moving forward, it's just like, what do I do as someone who loves their products, who whole setup right now is basically all Corsair and Elgato. Corsair owns Elgato. What do? I love their RAM. That was a choice I made before I connected with Adrian from Corsair. He's the head of system integration. That was a choice I made because I love their products so much. But what do I do now? Like, I would like to continue with them, but this is just not, feasible in the long term. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like this isn't user error. I mean, with that all Corsair build, I threw in some G Skill, fired right up, did it pass all the tests, no issues whatsoever. And so it's so concerning to see this. With whether you're a fan or not, I want quality products. And now, you're going to have that thought in the back of your head, if I'm going to buy this RAM, do I need to buy another separate set of some different brand just to make sure that the computer will boot for the video or for the customer? It's so annoying. And so, if anything, what I hope to accomplish with this is just to inform you what might happen if you were to get this. Obviously, once it goes through my hands, I'm going to take care of it. This was just a fluke with this one computer. My uncle was just very, made sure he wanted to get it, so we didn't have as much time as we would like to properly test everything and whatnot. But what am I to do? Luckily, I keep all my boxes. So with the all Corsair build, I was working with my distributor. My distributor put me in contact with Corsair. Corsair is actively trying to shelve more products with my distributor so they can, have more of a foothold with them and actually, have the stock in hand when people need it. And so we worked out this whole deal for me to order all my parts with the distributor. And when it came time to RMA one of those parts, the RMA team kind of threw me around a little bit saying, we don't know what this invoice is. It's like, you guys are partnered with them too, trying to get rid of your stock. And it's just, there have been too many headaches thus far. Now, I don't want to say that I'm never going to use Corsair RAM again because it is my favorite. It sucks that it's my favorite. But it's just, these headaches need to be figured out. This should not be something that I'm dealing with on a regular basis, especially since I'm a small business. I am so small in terms of the grand scheme of things, and here I am dealing with it over and over again. So let's do something about this, Corsair. Let's work a little bit harder on your quality control. I mean, so far, the only other problem I've ever had with Corsair is just their software. And I can't even necessarily blame them for that because, a lot of the times with all the different RGB software there is, it conflicts with each other. So, I can't just blame Corsair for that. But this is the one thing without a shred of doubt that I can blame Corsair for. So just moving forward, I'm kind of confused right now. I'm just kind of stuck because, it's like you love it, but it's a headache. It's a toxic relationship right now with Corsair. And I want to see them do great. I love their products so much, but this has got to be addressed hopefully sooner rather than later. I might try to see if there's any talk that I can do with Adrian, but I have no pull right now. And that's not a problem. Everyone starts somewhere. And I want to be the voice for people, whether I'm small or big, but I hope to have some answers for this. I hope that something gets figured out internally, because this is just one, I don't see how this is sustainable for them if they're paying for all the shipping and the RMA and whatnot. Like, I don't know. Thank you for listening to me rant. I just, I hope no matter how big my voice is, big or small, I want to just voice my opinion. And with this is something that I've noticed and something that I don't think should continue. But with the future episodes of the series, the problem with Dell and Lenovo, that's something that I have dealt with for the past years. Just with customers of mine, with clients, with the computers that I fix. Dell and Lenovo have their problems. A little sneak peek, I am more of a fan of Lenovo right now. But with this series, I'm just hoping to kind of voice my opinion on what I see on a daily basis. This business is newer. I've been working with Dell and Lenovo for close to 2 years now. So those are going to be a little bit more in depth. And one thing I tell my clients is I don't sugarcoat anything. This is my opinion. I feel like I can talk about these things because I deal with it on a daily basis. Now, there are other brands that I, anecdotally have heard have problems, but I don't see it on a daily basis. So I'm not going to be the one to necessarily voice those problems unless, there's an overwhelming amount of evidence. So thank you for joining this first episode in the series. Hope you liked it. Thank you for listening to me once again. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.